it's very difficult to describe the level of competition that Drew has personally and professionally. He's a very driven individual. I first met Drew, this is a very funny story, at least I think. So I first met Drew, he actually came to my high school, my secondary school, to do a charity wrestling match against a computing teacher I had when I was 13 at the time. And this was before he went to WWE the first time. And I remember meeting him and thinking that he was the most superhuman person I had met at the time. And he came back, like you said, in 2014, and I was lucky to travel a lot with him because we come from the same area in Scotland, and also wrestle him a lot in these places that you mentioned. It's very difficult to describe the level of competition that Drew has personally and professionally. He's a very driven individual, and he's certainly one of my favourite opponents and one of my closest friends. So now to see the level of success that he's having is so heartwarming because I know how much he deserves it, and I cannot wait to wrestle him again, and hopefully that happens within WWE. The rivalry that I had with Cedric Alexander was very long, and it was for me the first time that I really got to experience long form storytelling within wrestling. So before WWE on Independence, he would maybe do a couple of matches with an opponent, and it would be more just competitive based. This was very in depth, and obviously the story had a lot of turns and twists and layers to it, which was an exciting thing at the time. And also looking back on it now, is the diligence that it takes to stay focused on the bigger picture and not just trying to deal with the individual matches as they come. So if you would go back and watch it, chronologically from start to finish, that rivalry with Cedric is something that I'm very proud of, and there's a lot of it, a lot of learning experiences that happened during that, good and bad. Cedric is a fantastic talent, and it was the I Quit match for me really felt like the perfect payoff, and I'm glad that we got given, obviously under certain parameters within 205 Live, those certain restrictions that we may have had. Once we were given that I Quit match and we knew that's what we were working towards, and that really helped kind of stoke the fire of the angle, and I loved that I Quit match, and I'm very proud of that match. I think they're fantastic. I've enjoyed them all very much. I like anything that feels slightly different, and also from a creative standpoint and from a performer standpoint, it's very exciting to be given a challenging environment to work within. And obviously these cinematic matches are very difficult to put together, but it's also limitless in the sense of how much you can, or how many more tools that you have to tell the story that you want to tell, and to put on an entertaining match. And these have been very entertaining, and I'm excited at the prospect of potentially being in one. And if we at NXT UK were to do some of these coming up soon, I mean, then I think it would really help our brand and exposure. right now, the person that I would like to face the most out of any of the three brands is Walter. Walter is the WWE UK Champion. That is directly in line with my main objectives, and that I can't see past that. That is the number one match that I would have tomorrow if I could, to win that championship.